Here you can see we're using CTS Rapid Set's new product called Level Floor. It is a self-leveling underlayment. It is much like the true overlayment, minus a few additives. It does not polish as well as the true does, so it is a fraction of the cost of true. It is a great product to use when leveling a surface or pouring underlayment. You see here that we are hand mixing in barrels. We had originally intended on mixing the Level Floor with Hippo mixers from CS Unitech. However, after waiting for several hours, we realized that the Hippo mixers weren't going to be arriving in enough time for us to get this job done before the end of the day. So we hand mixed in barrels using 4.5 quarts of water per bag of Level Floor. We did 2,000 square feet, roughly 2,000 square feet, mixing with hand drills and barrels. Approximately 12 hours after we had poured the Level Floor from CTS, we shot blasted the surface with a Contech Module 350 shot blaster using 280 shot. That shot blaster runs on 480 volt 3-phase power. We are using an R2D2 dust collector from Contech as well. We're looking for a surface profile of a 3. This will give the a sufficient profile for the epoxy primer, which we are going to put down after the surface has been shot blasted. We are now putting down the epoxy primer. We simply pour it out, and then with a squeegee, we're going to set it at about 10 mils in thickness. You will also see that there is a roller. We are using just a standard paint roller to make sure that we have an even coat throughout the application. We are then following behind with sand. We were looking for a 30 grit sand, even a 2012 sand. We are broadcasting this sand to rejection. We will then let it sit. CTS recommends that you let the epoxy primer cure for 12 hours. We will then come behind and sweep up any excess sand, so all that is left remaining is the sand which has been bonded to the epoxy primer. We are using the Hippo mixers, the overlayments that are also designed for epoxies and many other cementitious products. We are mixing 4 bags at a time. The hippos, you can mix up to 5 bags at a time, depending upon how you are mixing the product. However, we are mixing 4 bags because we are adding a glass aggregate. So you will see here in this clip, we are mixing the true in one hippo mixer, pouring that out through a screen just to make sure that we don't have any clumps. The hippo mixers do a fantastic job of shearing the product. We are then pouring it into a second hippo mixer where we are adding then the glass aggregate. We are doing this at a 50% load. We are also mix the true with integral color from Marrow Polish. As you can see, we mapped out weather stripping on the areas that we were going to pour true. This is just basic weather stripping. We bought it at 3/8 of an inch thick. That's how thick we're going to pour the true. We have a few things going on here. We are pouring the true. We are pouring the traffic lines as part of our design. We are using a gauge rake to make sure that we are 3/8 of an inch thick. You will then see guys coming behind and broadcasting a mixture of a couple of different colors of glass into the overlay. You'll notice that Joe Zingali from CTS Rapid Set is using one of 2 finishing techniques once the true has been placed. Joe is using a smoothie to blend in wet into wet. We not only mix glass integrally, but we are also broadcasting glass into the true as well. Jose from CTS is using a gauge rake here. We did mix the color and the glass integrally. Again, Joe is finishing with a smoothie. You just have the true mixed by itself, then a porcupine roller or a spike roller can be used also as a finishing tool. This is our decorative piece. You will notice an aluminum circle. You can also use aluminum stripping as a decorative piece as well. In some areas, we just simply use weather stripping, pulled the weather stripping away and poured true into true. In other areas, we used aluminum strips, and that provided a decorative piece for our decorative portion of this. Here you will notice that we have begun to grind and polish the true. We began with an 80 grit metal bond diamond. We then moved from an 80 grit to an 80 grit transitional diamond. After the 80 grit transitional, we then moved into their Phoenix pad series, which was specifically designed for the overlay system. This particular machine is run by a remote control. Pete from M&C is standing here with the remote control unit, just making sure everything is looking good. The HTC 800RX is a 32-inch planetary unit. It is a 4-head unit. HTC also makes an 800 Classic, which is a 3-head unit. We are just about finished up with the polishing process on the true. We took the true, we brought it all the way up to a 3,000 grit polish. And you'll see that we are scrubbing the surface. We are preparing it for the stain protector, which is the last step in the polishing process. We will put a stain protector down from Ameripolish. Their OS stain protector was designed specifically for the overlay system. We'll put that down with a pump sprayer and a microfiber pad. We're putting a very light coat down. We will wait for that to dry. We will rate roughly an hour or two. It is recommended, though, that you wait typically 12 hours for the stain protection to dry completely. We will then use a Clark burnisher, 27-inch Clark burnisher with the HTC twister pads to activate the guard product, to burn that guard product.